Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you guys are all doing super well. Today I'm filming a video. I'm really excited to film, except I'm a little nervous because I'm worried about being all over the place. But let's just hope, fingers crossed, I get through this video. I'm basically gonna do a video all on my classic Chanel flat bags. When I say that, I also mean like the reissue as well, and also going to be talking about the rectangular mini and the square mini, which is technically not a classic flat bag, but the idea is there with like the turn lock and the flap and stuff. So I originally wanted to just show you guys like all the different variations I have in terms of material, in terms of the hardware or the size. But once I took out all the variations, I realized there was only like 4 classic flaps left on the shelf. So I'm like, well, I might as well just do a collection video while I'm at it and show you guys all my classic handbags. All my classic flap handbags. And then I have a couple honorary mentions as well, which will make sense throughout the video. I just thought this would be a cute little video to curate and just show you guys all the different variations of the classic flap that I have. Can do mini reviews on like more so the material, the wear and tear of each material. We can, you know, look at the hardware and yeah, my thoughts on the sizes, whatnot. So yeah. We're gonna start with the easiest category first. We're gonna start with the sizes of the Chanel Classic Flap, starting from the biggest to smallest. And I'm not gonna talk too much about the other things, I'm just gonna talk about the size. The first flap bag is this extra large one that I got last year, and it's amazing. The second biggest Chanel flat bag that I own is my Chanel Jumbo in the black caviar. And then we have the medium size, and then we have the classic 2.55 size. This is like the original like classic flap size. Then we have the 2 minis, both in the rectangular and the square mini. So firstly, between the 2 largest flaps that I own, I definitely prefer the extra large a lot more. I've taken the stuffing out of both of the bags just so that I could feel the weight of them both, and honestly I think that the extra large is still lighter than the jumbo without anything inside either of them. The caviar generally is heavier, and plus this has the double flap, which adds on to the weight, whereas this one doesn't, and the leather is much lighter, and it's just a single flap. So let me just show you guys the size difference real quickly between the jumbo. So there is a maxi in between this, I believe, which I don't own. I do have a couple saved in my favorites because I love that size. But here is an idea of the size difference between these two. Also want to show that the extra large is less structured. It's definitely more slouchy compared to the jumbos and all the other ones. Obviously these are much more sturdy. By the way, the slouching does not bother me at all. I actually like it that way. I think it would be harder to wear or use if it was structured. I think the slouchiness makes this bag look a little bit more casual. Next we have the small and the medium. This is small, this is the medium, and let me just, or is it the medium large? Is it called a medium large? This is the classic 2.55. Anyways, I will put the exact measurements. I'll either measure it myself or find the measurements online and put it down below for you guys. But here I'll just show you guys a quick idea of the size difference. With these two, it's kind of hard to see the height. It's a bit of a height difference. The width is the same. This one's just a little overstuffed, but I believe the width is the same. It's just the length. The length is where you see the size difference the most. There you go. There's the size difference. Honestly, between these two, I haven't noticed a huge difference in the amount of stuff I can put inside. Maybe later I should bring over some of my things. after I show you guys the minis and show you guys what can fit inside both all the bags, except this one. I mean, this you can fit freaking your entire family in there. I might just do it between these two and the two small ones. Between these two bags, I couldn't tell you which one I prefer in size. They're really similar. They're too similar. I never noticed a difference. In fact, I didn't even realize these were two different sizes until I pulled out all my bags and was looking for a 2.55 and the rest, and I was like, oh my god, this is my only one in the small size. I do have a couple in this medium large size, so I guess I do prefer in this size. And then we have the minis. The mini flat bags, and I definitely prefer the rectangular one to the square, not only because the rectangular one actually looks like a mini version of a classic flap because of the shape. It also fits my phone much better. My phone actually also fits in this. It's just a bit more of a squeeze, and like the sides can poke out, which you'll see later. It doesn't actually bother me that much, but obviously I would just prefer it not poking out, so that's why I like the the rectangular mini the most. Comparing all of the sizes, I would have to say the oh my god, I keep saying it wrong. The rectangular mini is the one that I use the most. This is the size that I use the most. It is just the easiest size to throw on and run any errand in. It just feels appropriate for like literally any occasion, daytime, evening, running errands, going to dinners, going clubbing, like literally any occasion. I feel like this bag works really well for. But I have to say that I gush over this size the most, and this is the kind of size I hope to add into my collection. I just freaking love extra large. They even have extra large, which is like even bigger than this. I'm pretty sure that's considered like a luggage, but that's still freaking cool. And yeah, at the time when I saw the extra large, I think they only had in navy and black, and I just wasn't into those. I'm waiting for a cool color to come out basically, but I'm really happy with this one. I know I keep saying I can't get any more classic flaps, but I feel like, or flat bags in general, but I feel like all of mine are such different variations, and like they all look different because they are all different. I just went to grab things out of my bag so I can show you guys what fits inside these. The only thing missing is my camera, which I'm filming on, but it won't fit in any of the smaller bags. It will only fit, of course, in the jumbo and the maxi. Sorry, the jumbo and the extra large. I don't actually carry that much with me though, so it's not gonna actually fill up. But anyway, we'll see. I have my keys with a Polly Pocket on it, so it's much bulkier. I have a pair of sunglasses I got from Chanel a couple months ago. I have a new bottle of hand sanitizer, which I just randomly picked up at like the till recently. And then my Human Made Louis Vuitton collaboration folding wallet, my lipstick, which I'm using Lady Danger by MAC today, and then my iPhone X Max Plus, there we go. So, here's the phone. By the way, I think the only other thing missing is like candy. I always carry candy with me, wallet. But recently I've just left the bag candy in the car. It's easier than carrying candy around my bag all the time and making sure I have candy in my bag all the time. My sunglasses, maybe I should put that last, but I'll just put on top for now because I really don't have much. Hand sanitizer. So that pretty much fills up the bag. I can still fill more. You can definitely have a bigger wallet. You can definitely have a full-size wallet. I just don't carry very much in my wallet. So it's pretty comfortable in there with space still. And that's the small. So this one definitely will have more space. Let me just show you guys what all this stuff looks like in here. Actually, from this, I feel like maybe the width is a little bit bigger. Just feels a little bit bigger when I put stuff in. Definitely much more room to stuff more stuff in there. The square and rectangular mini. There it is. Look how everything still freaking fits in this tiny little bag. I'm telling you, this is such a good size. This fits everything. So the square mini is gonna fit everything. I think it's just gonna be a little bit more snug than the rectangle, obviously. But the phone goes in. It actually fits a lot better than I remember. I thought it would pull or like push out just a little bit more, but it's pretty perfect in there, to be honest, with my phone case, although my phone case is really thin. My wallet, maybe I'll stand this one up this way instead of this way. By the way, I cracked my phone screen, which is super annoying. Oh, it's still okay. Never mind, I'm turning it back down. Keys on one side. Definitely a little bit more of a squeeze. Hand sanitizer. I mean, this one has a hook. You can hook it outside, but that's ugly, so let's not do that. Lipstick and sunglasses. The sunglasses do poke out a tiny little bit, but that's okay because when you close it, there's a little bit of forgiveness there, so that's fine. So this is the bag closed, and you can tell it is a little bit more. You can see here, it does bulge out a little bit, not necessarily because of the phone. It could be anything that's just in there that's pushing it out. Moving on to the hardwares, I've just put aside all the different variations of hardwares I have in my collection that I can see. I don't really actually have a review on these or have a preference or whatever. I like all different hardwares, and it's just never a deal breaker to me. I know a lot of people prefer gold and wouldn't buy a bag with silver hardware or mixed hardware or whatever. Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I like any hardware on my bag. It's more so obviously the bag color to me. So starting with gold, I have 3 different variations of gold in my collection. I have your standard like champagne gold there, and the straps. Then you have the brushed gold, which I'll actually show you this one because it's easy to see the difference on this one. So this is the brushed gold, so it's not as shiny. You can see it on the little pendant there as well. And there it is side by side. This is the shiny gold, this is the brush gold. And then I have, of course, the 24K gold clasp. This is in the vintage bags, and this is a much more darker gold. I actually prefer it. I think it's so cool, but I feel like nowadays Chanel will be making their golds like more champagne-y. So these are the 3 golds next to each other. Shiny, medium is brushed, the pink one at the end is 24K gold. I also want to show you guys this one. This one has the brush gold. I was originally going to show you guys this one, but then decided to show you guys one with like the CC as well. This is in the reissue edition. So the clasp is different as well as the chain. The chain doesn't have a leather going through it. I'm sure you guys already know that. But yeah, so that's the brush gold in the reissue as well. A random honorary mention. I also want to share this bag. It's not your classic flap bag, but I wanted to show you guys the hardware on it because I don't have any other Chanel bags with this hardware. It's very vintage inspired. I have seen vintage bags, like proper vintage, but this is not vintage. I got this, it was my first bag that I bought when I moved to London. But a lot of vintage bags have this kind of hardware. It's again with the gold. And this one has like these little crisscrosses. Do you guys see these crisscrosses on the links? I hope it's visible. I think it's really, really cute. So there is that version too. This clasp is a little different. This one you push down to open. Onto the silver tones, I have the normal silver hardware. And there is the strap. I also just want to quickly show you this one. It's the same silver, although the CC is a little bit bigger. as you can see. But what I wanted to show was like the strap of this. It's a lot thinner than the normal straps, which I quite like. I think it's really cute to see a flat bag with like the mini chain, just a little bit different. Then I have two gunmetals, which I'll just include here. I have the normal gunmetal. I love this. Almost looks just like black. I don't have any like all black hardware. That'd be so freaking cool. But anyway, I don't have any of that. And then I have the brushed gunmetal. So this is like a darker silver. It's like a gray. Almost looks like just like if you like use a pencil and like really colored in. That's what that color is. Let me just show you guys a comparison of all of these variations. So you have your normal silver, and then the thinner silver, then your gunmetal, your shiny gunmetal, and then your brushed gunmetal. Again, I don't really have a preference, and they all work fine, very amazing. I also wanted to show you guys this one. It's the same silver hardware, but it has a little airplane on it. I love when Chanel do these little fun, quirky like details on the Chanel clasp, because you know, they all are the same with the same CCs. I think it's really fun when they do something different like that. And then I also have a vintage one where the clasp is a heart, which I really like. Something very different. And then some honorary mentions. I have two over here. I wanted to mention I also have a Chanel clasp with the wooden CC. This part here is gold, brushed gold. Same with the strap. But the actual CC is in this wooden color as well, if you see here. But yeah, which I really, really like. Again, like I said, I love when Chanel does something different with the CCs because they look the same on every single bag, and it's just fun when they are a bit different. And then the last hardware I want to show you guys, of course, I couldn't leave out this beautiful iridescent oil slick mermaid amazingness. It's just so beautiful. So yeah, these two are not flat bags, so they shouldn't be really included in here, but I wanted to still show you guys the different hardware variations. So I thought to bring these two out just to show you guys. Okay, so clearly it's a different day now. It's the next day. When I paused to film a little bit yesterday, the light just completely disappeared on me, so I decided to wait and continue the filming when I had lights. So that's why I look different. I think I was on my last category, which would be the materials, which is the biggest category, I guess, out of the three. I'm gonna start with the two most popular leathers, which is lambskin and calfskin, of course, starting off with calfskin, which is the more durable one of the two, which we all know. We have the caviar, which has the pebbled leather, which I really, 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 really like. This is my favorite of the calfskin kind of family. I have it. My jumbo is also a caviar. These are my two caviar pieces, and the wear on the caviar is honestly so minimal. This one definitely shows a little bit more wear because it's white, obviously. I did notice a purple mark. That was my fault. That's just completely me. Like, can't blame Chanel for that. I got like a purple stain there. There's no color transfer at the back. I've been very careful, very, very, very careful with that. But the stitching here, I feel like the stitching here, there's like one stitch popping out, as well as here. There's a stitch popping out there as well. Which I don't want to like mess around or touch. I'm just going to leave it there and hope that it doesn't get worse, because then obviously I have to bring it in. Those are the only wear that I see in the bag. The interior is fine. I'm not going to show you guys interior of all these bags, or else we'll be here all day, guys. Oh, I didn't realize I had stuff in there. I also wanted to mention, this is pretty common with the Chanel bags, but there is a mark here from the zipper as well. Right there. I think this DIY bag, if you guys haven't seen that video, I DIY'd, well, the bag is Chanel, but I stuck all these stickers on it. That is explained in that video. I'm not going to explain it again in this video. This leather used to be green and matte caviar. This one you can see there's a shine to it. Same with the black. This one didn't have a shine at all. It was completely matte, and this was probably my least favorite leather or material in any of my Chanel bags. I will never buy it in this matte caviar leather ever again because it's the most easy bag for me to have color transfer. I have several suede, several velvet bags, and yeah, they're like, obviously I'm a little bit clumsy, so I get a little bit here and there, but not as bad as this. So here's a little close-up of the bag and all the stickers. Everything is still intact. Even when you turn to the side and you can see the curve of the bag, the stickers are still stuck on really well, but like I said, I was really careful with the stickers. I still love this bag. I used it 3 times and it's still looking really good. I also accidentally dropped it onto concrete ground, dusty concrete ground, might I add, the other day, and was nervous about the sticker. I was like, oh my god, the sticker's gonna fall off and get dusty and there's gonna be crap all over it, but it's fine. Moving on to smooth calfskin, I have 2 examples here. This one is quilted all over, your classic flap, and then this one is a square mini where it's not quilted on the front or the back, but it's quilted on the sides. This one's a little bit more poofy as well. No, this is lambskin. I think this is lambskin on the side and calfskin in the middle. I still prefer, by the way, when it comes to calfskin, I still prefer the caviar. It's my favorite, but as you can tell, I bought these for their limited edition reasons with the umbrella and then the one with the airplane on the clasps. Between the two, this one is the older one and this one is newer. So I'm just looking at the wear on this, and I do see some like discoloration on the corners. Not this line, guys. This is part of the design of the colors, but I mean around here, around the white, around the actual corners. I'm also just noticing now, actually, that there's wear along the outside. So outside of the stitching, I can see wear, like, yeah, this like white kind of shading. That is wear. That is like the colors of the bag being rubbed on, so it's like kind of rubbed off and it's turning it white. Which, yeah, I didn't notice this earlier until just now, and I'm like really looking at it. So there's that. It hasn't bothered me quite yet, taken into consideration. I didn't even notice it until like really looking up close, but it is happening. So now I would be very careful with that. And we'll probably put this bag to rest and never use it because I don't want to ever ruin it. I'm kidding, I'll still use it. But still, I just, every time I see like things here, okay, I should have seen that one first. You can definitely, that white bit there, that's not part of the design. That is wear on the bag. Let me see on this bag yet. I don't see it at all on this bag yet. This bag is completely clean. Onto lambskin bags, which is, I think, the more popular leather, at least from what I've seen. My oldest lambskin bag is this one, which also happens to be my most special Chanel bag, but yeah, this was my first lambskin, and I got this 2010 or 2011. I think it was 2011 on my birthday. And yeah, it's lambskin. It's smooth lambskin, and the wear, there is wear on this, but I wanted to mention that I did eventually use this bag like an everyday bag for like a solid amount of time. I think it's because I brought it on vacation with me, like a longer vacation, and then it's the only bag that I had to carry with me every day. So there is wear on the pocket here, which is going to be so hard to see because I feel like the camera won't pick it up. I think you can see more of the wear on the stitching, like above the stitching, because it's a little bit darkened, but there is a bit of darkageness happening on the pocket. It's just not super obvious, but as you can guess, I've been extra careful and only wearing light colors when I use this bag now. All the stitches are still perfect. No stitching has come off. The lambskin. Lambskin is, I feel like, just softer to like hold a stitch in, whereas calfskin is like a bit more like hard and, you know, stiff, so like the stitching can come off easier. I don't know, that's just like my logic. The last sign of wear that I want to point out is the one that probably hurts me the most. It is the missing rhinestones on the butterfly. The rhinestones are intact in everything else, just there's 3 missing on the butterfly, which does bother me. I could get it fixed. I'm sure I can send it. I hope I can get it replaced. I haven't asked yet, but when I do, hopefully they say yes. But besides that, the bottom is super clean. It's just the pen marks. And these pen marks I did myself, so that's my bad. Besides that, it is perfect. I also have this lambskin bag, which is in the yellow, and this one definitely shows lots of sign of wear in terms of like the folding, the wrinkle up here. Even when it's like folded, you can still see all the wrinkles on the bag, which is kind of washing out on camera. I can see even at the front here, this bit, there's like a line of just little wrinkles, and then of course the corners do show signs of wear. So yeah, we all know that the lambskin is less durable than the calfskin, but I honestly don't think that should scare anyone away from lambskin, because like as you can see, there's wear on this as well. So it's just, if you take care of your bags, they'll be fine. If you don't, then yeah, you're gonna have marks all over it. But yeah, I tried my best with this one. Because this is like single flap, this one is double flap. And this bag in general is just like much more structured. This bag feels a lot more like flimsy and squidgy kind of thing. It's still like got something at the bottom to keep the bottom hard, but you know, it's still like more squidgy. So I feel like the leather just crinkles up much easier. I know that there are leathers in Chanel bags that already have that wrinkle effect, which I don't own any of it, but I just don't see this one wrinkling. I feel like this one's gonna stay puffy like this if I take care of it for ages. So I don't know, maybe it is a different kind of lambskin. I'm not an expert, guys. I'm just trying my best to describe what I see. And yeah, there's wear on the corners here as well. Not as much wear on the straps as I thought there would be though. Yeah. So there's this little guy, which probably shows the most sign of wear when it comes to lambskin. So it's just like the single flap, light colored bags. I have my 2 patent leather flap mini bags. One in the square, obviously, and one in the rectangular mini. And honestly, these are probably the bags that show the least amount of wear in my collection. I don't see any stitching that's come undone. I don't see any corner marks at all. And this blue one is, again, one of my most used mini bags. I bring this one on vacation with me a lot, especially to the beach, because it's just always match a lot of beach outfits. So this is probably one of my best investments, although I know that I have a Lady Dior in patent, and that one, the stitching of that like rips the leather a little bit on the corner. So I was worried about that with this one, and it hasn't done that at all yet and doesn't show signs of it yet. So I'm very, very happy. So yeah, here is a close-up, and it's just in perfect condition. Same with interior. However, when it comes to velvet bags, I first of all love velvet bags. I think they're so beautiful and they feel so nice, especially for the winter, autumn, winter time. I love these bags. So this one I got off of the Real 2 years ago, and this one I got sometime beginning of this year. And yeah, the thing with velvet bags is they do show signs of wear much quicker. I have other velvet bags that show like suede. I don't have any suede in my flat bag collection, but with my velvet and suede bags, I know that they get ruined the most quick, especially because I'm clumsy and sometimes you'll see I have a bit of a mark. On the other bags it's fine for some reason. It doesn't like, it's not as obvious, but on velvet it's like it shows so obvious. So I have to be really extra careful. And then another thing is the back of these bags. So this one is in immaculate condition because I haven't even used it that much, maybe like 5 times. So this one is in amazing condition. But this one I bought secondhand. I bought this off of Vero, like, oops, just dropped my bag. Okay, dropped it again. It's back, it's safe. I got this off of the Real, and okay, how many times have I said that? I'm losing my train of thought here. And on the photos, I don't know, even on the camera you can see it kind of looks bad. It looks like it's got some kind of, it looks like it's been rubbed on. In person, honestly, it has a little bit. I do see like a faint stain, but it's the same kind of faint as this one, on my lambskin. It's the same like amount of that, but it just shows so much more on the velvet, whereas on my lambskin doesn't show as much. But besides the back, at the front you can see lots of little marks, especially around the bottom bit. This one here as well, and this one, yeah, you can see that. You can definitely, this one especially here is the most obvious mark I can see when I see this bag, and I assume that wasn't there when I bought it. That was my mistake. I think I might have accidentally stored it with the strap down and like pressed against it for a little bit of time, so I definitely have to be careful with keeping the straps inside. So yeah, obviously I would prefer it not being there, but this doesn't bother me too much because it's already a textured bag anyway. Moving on, I have a denim bag and a fabric bag. And I've had this one for a little longer. I got this one like 6 years ago, and this one 4 years ago. And I love these two a lot because they are my casual flat bags. I really, really do like them. And I use these two quite a lot. I've used this one more because I've had it for longer, but yeah, I love them a lot. I've seen on like the secondhand market that a lot of the fabric bags do darken in color, like through time, like an age, and obviously how you store it and stuff. So I do worry about that. So far I don't see any darkening on this bag, and I am very shocked, but I have no marks on this bag either, which is really good. Same with this one. I don't think there's a huge problem with denim. I think denim stays in pretty good condition for ages, so obviously maybe like it might lighten a little bit, but I don't see that yet at all. These are both in amazing condition. I don't see anything that is out of place. And I know it's much more special to be buying leather bags, but honestly, I'm so glad that I have added these fabric ones because they are honestly so much easier to wear because they're so much more casual. So yeah, they can be more like everyday bags, especially this one. I use this one quite a lot for like literally like running errands because it does fit quite a lot of stuff in there. So I just left my camera to charge for a little bit because I'm having the hardest time with this video and had to refilm so much. So there's that. But when I came back after putting some of my bags away while I was waiting for the camera to charge, the lighting has already changed so much, so that's annoying, but I'm gonna continue because it's still doable. But while I was putting my bags away, I noticed something on this bag, and it makes me a little hurt because I noticed that the denim is coming out of the hoop here. You can see that the fabric is coming out, and it can only go downhill from there unless I take really good care of it, or I get it fixed, obviously. Because if this eventually just like frays all around, I don't know how easy it is for them to like refit the hoop back in. We will have to, I'm gonna have to go ask. But yeah, I did not notice this at all until I was just like, let me just double check one more time when I was like putting my bags away if there was like anywhere on it, and I noticed that and I was like, oh. Yeah, luckily on the other fabric bag it's fine. It's just on this bag and it's just on that one hoop, but that is still, I don't know. I haven't had this happen to any of my other bags, but I have seen it on like secondhand websites that this happens. So hopefully that's an easy fix. Down to the last two materials. These I only have like one of each. So I have this tweed one, which I freaking love. This is so iconic for Chanel because of the tweed. On top of that, my one, the edition that I got, has all these little charms on it. So it has like Coco Chanel, silhouette, a bow, little cat, what is that one? A little heart, camellia, another heart, Chanel perfume bottle. And then even on the strap, there's a couple charms, but not many. This is probably one of my least used flat bags. So yeah, I do baby this one quite a bit when I do go out, especially with the straps and the charms at the front. I just like don't want anything to tug. I worry it's gonna get caught onto something and pull or something. So I'm very careful with this. And because of that, there is no wear on this, so I cannot really judge. I've had this for maybe like, I honestly cannot remember now how long I've had this, for several years. Maybe 3, 4, 3, I would say 3. And it's just in mint condition because I've barely used it. Last, we have the Chanel plastic PVC material on the flat bag, and this one is from Vestiaire. I got it secondhand. I would say I got this for the collection. I needed it because I wanted it for the collection, but I would say plastic or PVC is not my favorite bag material choice, just because it does make me feel a little uncomfortable having people being able to see inside my bag, especially walking around London. I think it's super cute when you dress it up and have like cute pouches and stuff inside, and you guys know I love that. So I love it for like that purpose, taking a cute photo or an outfit, but to actually use this on a random day and walk around London, it is a little like, I do get a little nervous. So I'm very careful obviously with what I put inside it, or you know, I'm really like hugging it. And then another reason why I don't like PVC is because I feel like you can see micro scratches on it so much more easy. I don't know how you're gonna be able to see. Maybe I can post photos again. I'll put photos because you can't see any of that. Yeah, you can see loads of micro scratches on it. It's not super obvious when it's like down, but when you open it up, you can see them more. And then you can see them more down here as well. Also, this collects dust super easy, and you can see the dust. I'm sure other bags collect dust too, but you can't see it on PVC. You can, so you can see dust like in the corner. Gotta clean that out. It's just more prone to having random marks. I don't even know where it came from. That's just a random little coin that I keep in there. I'm so happy I finally finished this video, guys. Honestly, I'm a little nervous. I think it's gonna be a bit of a mess. I'm really hoping it's not going to be, but I cannot believe I made it through this. I've had the hardest time with this video, I think. I don't know why. I'm just losing my train of thought, basically. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video regardless. Leave any comments you guys have down below if you guys have any specific questions about any of the bags, or any suggestions for future videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it, and hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already and would like to come and catch up with me again. And until my next video, I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.